Greetings and salutations everyone, and welcome back to Nobody Wants to Die. In the last episode we checked out Sarah's place and had a little drink with her, talked with her, and snooped around in her private documents and possessions. You know, typical detective stuff. So, we are now here with Sarah in her office and have improvised a board in order to go through all the evidence that we found at the hidden pleasure dungeon of Mr. Green. Yeah, so let's go through it. Let's see, what are we taking over the body? The meaning of intrigue. Taking over the body, do we have any indication the killer took control of Green? Now that's, yeah, that's interesting. I mean, not just strong-arming or blackmailing him into stuff, but into doing things, but also, but actually taking over Green's body? That's a possibility we have not yet thought about. Or at least I have not yet thought about. The meaning of intrigue. What was the point of a plot that linked Green's case to the Icarus shooting? Oh, yeah. Well, what do we have here? What's this? Transfer machine. Yeah, right.
Getting my shit together after 3.
This explains his problems. They were his own doing.
Green had an illegal consciousness transfer machine kept in a secret room under the foyer. Ouroboros Roy? What?
Both died on dates shown on the symbols.
The problem is that Green's date of death was carved long ago.
Yeah. The modus operandi of a murderer. Symbols and dates. One carved half a century ago, the other freshly painted, both coinciding with the dates of Green's and Kovalev's final deaths. Oh, so they died with... So, yeah, it's not one day, it's 2 days. And today's probably the 23rd, I don't know. We haven't checked the papers yet. Huh. I'd say this has something to do with that theory point. Transfer machine. Legal consciousness. Yeah, maybe this has something to do with that. So what do we have here?
Why
Monitoring
didn't we have access to these
recordings.
recordings?
They were in the red room.
I'll try to get to them.
Recordings of Green's massacre. Afterward, you can see he took a lift up by himself and hung himself from the tree. But he acted like someone was there with him. Yeah, the recordings have obviously been manipulated. Green's plans. Lots of failed attempts to save the current system.
I learned this was the plan for the next 100 years. Numerous attempts to save what we have in this system.
And our system isn't perfect? At least for them.
It turns out not to be the case. Apparently, every prediction ended in disaster.
Huh. Yeah. Well, big surprise there. Icarus launch. Famous Boyle and fucking Park plotted in the same launch with Roy from the stadiums and Miller from the security company.
Fucking Demmer.
Oh, haven't heard that before. Good to know you still have feelings for them.
Huh. Selma's recorder. Recording of synchro test conversations between Selma and Green. The politician's predictions didn't bode well.
How did you describe it? That you're losing control of yourself?
Mm-hmm.
It's a kind of consciousness erosion. We'll increase the dose of ambrosia and the amount of synchro tests. It should help.
I need something better.
We don't have anything else yet. I'm working on it.
It's one big joke. Selma sounds familiar, don't you think?
Shit, I thought she was gonna get herself a synthesizer.
Synthesizer. Okay. So synthesizers or voice modulator, I suppose that's what she means, a voice modulator? Synthesizer? So they are a thing in this world. So when we entered here, we heard the voice of the stranger mixed in with Sarah's voice. So, and I thought it's just a case of an unreliable narrator in James Kara, since we view the world, the game world, through his eyes and ears, supposedly. And so, but maybe Sarah? But how could she? Unless Selma is in on it. Man. I'm still not convinced that there is not a connection between the two, apart from Sarah lending Selma her body. Red Room's bigwigs. A combative senator, a lecherous governor, a media magnate, an influential group. They plotted to distract the little people and diffuse unrest.
I'm getting used to the big names of the corpses at our feet. What are they doing there, apart from the obvious?
Together they worked on how to calm the riots, how to use the Fourth Estate. Who knows if they would have failed.
Dickheads.
TV people. A group of journalists and celebrities from the Red Room, all delivering the same message through screens.
Lots of familiar faces, but compared to Green, they're small fry.
It's their mouth that spits out lies that millions eat up.
Let's keep those together. Orphanages. Yeah. Sarah did not really talk about any parents, did she? She only talked about her siblings. About Taylor, Max, Dario, Taylor, and Peter. Were they all orphaned children that escaped maybe their orphanage? Green's orphanages were secretly body farms for him and the other sick fucks.
I still don't get that part of the story. When I think that they really used the...
At least the motherfucker's dead.
Yeah.
Everyone like him deserved it.
So, do we have any indication the killer took control of Green? Let's take care of that maybe later. The meaning of intrigue. What was the point of a plot that linked Green's case to the Icarus shooting? Well... I don't know about the point of the plot. Well, maybe the point of the plot to link Green's case to the Icarus shooting is to expose this whole shebang, this whole thing, the cabal around this orphanage body farming thing. And in order to show the public what kind of fucked up system this is when people with enough money can just farm bodies off of orphanages in order to prolong their life. Yeah, in order to save that system. Huh. All of this has to do with it. Transfer machine. These two could belong to this theory. Monitoring records. Yeah, let's put that here. Huh. Let's just try it.
And it all comes down to this?
Okay, yeah,
Fucking
doesn't...
Why?
Doesn't work.
For art's sake?
No. Forget it. Icarus launch. Famous ball. Fucking park.
They didn't die because of money.
Yeah, they had plenty of it. There had to be another reason.
So is this working or not? It doesn't show up red, does it? More than taxes. The four of them were scheming some new taxes and trying to cover their asses. Their death is significant, but taxes don't explain it. There has to be more to it. What, though? Good question. Well, this kind of stuff, right? TV people. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this kind of, I mean, it's still a red thread connecting them, but it doesn't show like invalid as it did with this one. So, incomplete intrigue. Green had Kovalev take out players who were symbols of the old order. In Green's final moments, there had to be more to it than just these few guys. Yeah. This belongs to this theory, to this whether or not Green was acting on his own accord, or if he was blackmailed or possessed, even possessed by someone. So yeah, there is. There's TV people. No? Okay, so you don't like that. Okay. The bigwigs.
You're
How about
telling me
those?
these are the only people who can deal with the chaos in this city?
Am I? No. But I think that's what Green is trying to tell us.
Do you buy it?
Well, this motherfucker knew corruption and power like no one else.
Critical mass. For Green, the killing of the bodies of both those owners meant critical mass. With fewer people in the city having real power, there was no way to hold back the spread of chaos. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, both on board of the Icarus as well as in this pleasure dungeon with all the masks and everything. Yeah, it seems like the whole of New York's elite were killed off. So, in order to pave the way for the revolution, it all leads to someone, well, someone who grew up in that orphanage system, who wants revenge on those who kept the system going. Which might as well be Sarah and her siblings. Huh. Okay, taking over the body. Do we have any indication the killer took control of Green? Let's pull you guys down here. Well, we do have this.
How do you deal with that kind of desynchro?
And how do you deal with it?
I don't know if I'm the best example.
Ex Machina. There was no extra body or Icarite in the machine at the time of the shootout, but Green frequently swapped mines. Did he have any problems with it? Yeah, he did, actually, and we do have recordings of that.
If synchro tests have a positive effect, then maybe there is something that does the opposite.
Tormented Soul. Frequent transfers exacerbated Green's massive desynchronization. Do we have evidence that someone could have used his weakened psyche and influenced him? Well, yeah, duh. The psychiatrist could have easily done it. They do have the knowledge. Monitoring recordings of Green's massacre. But he acted like someone was there with him.
There may be no evidence that they made a transfer of consciousness at the time of the incident, but his behavior...
I know, it's damn suspicious.
Yeah.
Let's just put it together piece by piece. Okay, whether it was Green's will or someone else was pulling the strings, why did Green have to die?
I see at least three possibilities.
Can you be more specific, Miss Detective?
I'm throwing them in.
Yeah, throw away. Oh,
Since
there
the
we are.
most influential players are more or less dead, their seats are up for grabs.
Okay, changing of the guard. The situation created a political vacuum. Perfect for someone who wanted to seize power, yeah. Green's shadow. Green was a key player in the intrigue, which was about burning Rome.
The whole thing may simply have been about tearing the city apart.
Yeah, could have been. Puppet Master. If someone could influence Green, it's possible they could control someone else too. Yeah.
Following this lead, Green didn't have to be the only one like that.
Yeah, my money is on that.
Once the king is knocked down,
Bugger.
the game's usually over.
Someone's getting better at game metaphors.
Okay, let's break this. Let's not put you too far away, shall we? Orphanages, yeah. Why did Green have to die? Necessary death. Why did Green have to die? Can we... the orphanages?
Sure.
I was, but I changed my mind.
Yeah, okay. Those have to go somewhere. Unless it's like with the gunshot residues on Green's hands. Although, now in retrospect, those gunshot residues were obviously from the shootout in his pleasure dungeon. Oh well. Changing of the guard or Green's shadow, burning Rome. I don't think we have not been introduced in the game world to any new big players that might want to, unless it has something to do with that top secret list we found the first time around on Green's desk, which we did not burn, even though we had the chance. None of you
Like
won't.
I said, I have at least 3 hypotheses.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh ho. Oh ho ho ho. So you like that, don't you? Ori borrowed the modus operandi of a murderer, symbols and dates, one carved half a century ago, the other freshly painted, both coinciding with the dates of Green's and Kovalev's final deaths. Seems like Green's death was planned for a long time. To what end? Yeah. To what end? Would you like now the puppet
Wasn't it
master?
more
No?
profitable to
Okay,
keep him
okay,
alive?
okay. Okay. You don't like that. Oh. What about these two? Doesn't really answer to what end, right? I mean, either changing the guard or Green's shadow, burning Rome. But then... My money is still on chaos in order to bring the system down. Boom! More questions. Destroying the world order takes a plan carried out over decades, but Green died before he finished the job. Was that his doing or the killer's? Which one was pulling the strings? Yeah, good question.
How much planning does it take to set up something like that?
I don't know, but we need to figure out who's pulling the strings in all of this.
Okay. Nothing but the truth. My money's still on the... Well, I mean, but then...
Were you close with Seth?
Sure, it was my partner.
Sure. He was my partner. Why do you ask?
I remember you mentioned that you even talked with him about synchro problems.
We'd been sitting in a car for several dozen years. Had to talk about something.
The first time he ended up reconstructing a Nicorite?
Mm-hmm.
You blaming yourself?
Cops look out for their partners. And he was my friend. So, yeah. I blame myself. I hope he gets back on his feet after all this.
Yeah, let's try to draw the conclusions.
Let's try to draw some conclusions. It all comes down to one question. Could Green really be a puppet?
I thought so, but the more I watch the Red Room and foyer footage, the more I doubt it. Green, the way he gestures and talks to himself, he looks crazy.
Talking to yourself doesn't mean you're crazy.
You know what I mean, when he's waving his arms and hurting himself. But I have no idea what taking over a body would look like. Fuck, I don't know. Which one of them was behind this? Green or the killer?
The more important the decision, the less certain, huh?
We're out of time for mistakes.
Nah, the murderer.
He's a murderer. Green's death wouldn't make sense. He must have been influencing for a long time until he finally got him to shoot the other deviants. Damn influential deviants. He took another harvest on Icarus.
And if he's aiming to paralyze the city, to create chaos, so what's his next step?
The motherfucker leaves no trace. The trail's cold.
Why haven't we heard of him before? He's a pro, after all.
Criminals are still in their learning curve when they do their first crimes. They leave more traces behind.
I'll check similar poisoning cases in recent years.
No, poison may have been removed from reports. Check the final death.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I have something. 2 weeks. No, shit. I was wrong. Forget it.
Sarah, rewind.
So it was the accident, the train accident. That it has something to do with it.
No, you can't touch your own case, or reconstruct it, or explain it. You can't defend yourself.
I'm the only one who can.
Oh, the fucking savior of the world. Can
Yep.
you let go just this once?
Nope.
You know the answer.
Damn you. Hang on.
I have to... What's this?
A new earpiece. This one shouldn't be so easy to spot.
Okay.
Thanks.
Darkness under the stairs. Alright. Can we... our hands now tied again, or... Can we reach her now, or... Nope. Sky's getting dark again, and...
Rachel!
Her hands. We still tied? Yes, we are still tied. Okay. So Icarite is still pulling us back. Alright. So what do we do here now? What do we can't go back, we can't go walk sideways, we can only go forward and try to reach her.
Rachel!
Huh. Huh.
Looking in the mirror at yourself, sometimes the scariest thing imaginable. But it was time to face myself on my own, without dragging anyone else down.
Riots in the city are drawing near the Green's farewell location, Central Park. Everyone in the area is asked to leave the area for their own safety and security, according to the police.
Dude, are you there? Hello? This guy looks shady. He's connected. Oh, this guy's cool. Wait for me. We'll get it sorted together.
Seth?
Who else, genius? The voice of your conscience?
What is
I
conscious?
have one of those.
Don't go. This is no ordinary schmuck who slings packages in the street. I just entered the initials and Hestia asked, am I satisfied with my work? They're calling from the top about it. This will end worse than usual.
He's slinging packages? I'll find out what happened.
I'll lean on him and get something. I'll find out what happened.
Fine. But what if you don't?
I will. Whatever it takes.
I can't cover your ass if you do this. Jake!
We just received word of gunshots in Central Park. The crowd is panicking.
Yeah, that's what crowds are good at. Panicking. Anything new on here? No? Any new insights we get from looking at it third time around? Oh, what's this? This is new paper. Thursday, October 24th, 2329. New York Daily, farewell to a great man. Over the past few days, more and more of the city has been besieged by protests about the reduction of the age of free subscription. However, Commissioner Steiner assures that Central Park will be properly secured during the farewell ceremony for the Venerable Edward Green. It is the first ceremony of this type and of this rank for over a century, so it should be expected that many others will attend in addition to family. Unfortunately, however, only the elite will have access to the ceremony. Upon presentation of special previously sent invitation, see page 2 for the funeral schedule. The Wrath of New York. The citizens of New York will not be silenced this time. They still besiege the streets and demand their rights. The initially peaceful protests slowly turned into riots. There were several casualties with the police, resulting in at least 7 people being taken to the CTC and more than a dozen injured. Some speculate that the destruction of Icarus was one of the first manifestations of opposition to the city's elite over changes to the minimum age for free body subscriptions. Will the police have enough men to guard our streets at the same time? A significant part of their force is assigned to provide security for Edward Green's farewell ceremony. Read on page 3 to 4. Friday, 24th of October. Acid rain continues. Meteorology, rainfall, health of their bodies. Okay, yeah. Tell you what, let's take a break here, and when we come back, we will open this door and see what's what. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if so, maybe give it a like, share, or even subscribe to the channel. And with that out of the way, I hope you have a splendid day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, bye.